Hi guys, welcome back. Have you ever wondered what truly drives female pleasure and how you can enhance your partner's experience in a way that will leave her longing for more? In this video, we're diving deep into the often misunderstood world of female pleasure with a sharp focus on the most powerful yet often overlooked part of the female body, the clitoris. You might think you know everything there is to know about intimacy, but trust me, this part of the female body holds secret that could transform your sex life. In fact, the clitoris is the key to unlocking a whole new level of pleasure and connection. If you want to satisfy your partner in ways you never thought possible, keep watching. Because we're about to share tips and techniques that can truly elevate your intimacy. And here's the best part. The knowledge we're about to reveal doesn't come from just anyone. These are wisdom and techniques passed down by a 71-year-old woman who has a lifetime of experience and understanding exactly what works when it comes to female pleasure. This isn't the kind of info you hear every day. It's the stuff that will set you apart as a lover and deepen the bond you share with your partner. If you're serious about making your intimate moments unforgettable, this video will be the ultimate guide. Stay tuned because by the end, you'll have the tools and understanding to enhance your sexual connection like never before. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I highly encourage you to click that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. That way you'll never miss out on more content like this that can make a real difference in your sex life. Your support means a lot to us, and if you find this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. It helps spread our message far and wide. I'm also really curious to hear what you think about today's topic. If you enjoy the content, leave a comment M with a 1 below, and if it doesn't quite resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is invaluable and helps us create better videos that really speak to your needs. Now, let's get started. In today's video, we're exploring the art of loving touch and how it can awaken profound pleasure while also deepening your connection with your partner. We're diving into techniques that not only enrich intimacy, but also increase satisfaction in ways that may surprise you, whether you're in a long-term relationship or just starting out learning how to touch, kiss, and explore your partner's body with intention can transform your entire experience of sex. Research consistently shows that a significant number of women reach the pinnacle of pleasure primarily through clitoral stimulation. In fact, over 50% of women experience orgasm this way. But here's something you might not know. Another 20% to 30% of women achieve orgasm through a combination of both clitoral and vaginal stimulation, and a much smaller segment, around 5%, achieve orgasm purely through vaginal stimulation. It's fascinating to think about the many ways women experience sexual pleasure, but the clitoris remains at the heart of most women's pleasure. MAPS, why is that? Well, the clitoris is packed with more than 8,000 nerve endings, making it the most sensitive part of the human body. It's an organ designed entirely for pleasure. Understanding how to properly stimulate it is crucial for ensuring your partner's satisfaction. So let's break it down. The best approach to clitoral stimulation starts with open communication. Ask your partner what she likes, what feels good to her, and where her pleasure points are. Every woman is different, and the key to great sex lies in understanding her unique desires. Encourage her to guide you, letting her direct your movements based on what feels right. But the one thing that tends to stand out is a combination of gentle yet assertive touches. One technique that is especially effective involves using circular motions. These movements don't just target the clitoris itself, but cover a larger area, enhancing the sensation and making it easier for her to reach orgasm as you experiment. Keep in mind that both the clitoris and the G-spot are highly responsive areas. Both can take your sexual connection to new heights. When stimulated correctly, it's important to approach these zones with patience and care, focusing on the journey rather than the end goal. Stay with us as we explore further techniques and tips for deepening the connection between you and your partner, ensuring your intimate moments are not only pleasurable but filled with meaningful connection. If you're still watching this video, I'd love to hear from you. Comment one below if you're finding this information useful, and if you're excited to continue learning. Let me know. This is just the beginning of our exploration into female pleasure, and the secrets we're about to uncover will completely change the way you view intimacy. To truly understand the power of the clitoris, it's essential to recognize just how much it contributes to a woman's sexual experience. It's not just a small button of sensitivity. The clitoris is a deeply intricate organ that extends much further than what meets the eye. The visible part of the clitoris is merely the tip of the iceberg. It's estimated that the entire clitoral structure, including the internal parts, can extend up to 8 centimeters in length. This intricate design is made up of erectile tissue that engorges with blood during arousal, intensifying sensation. The clitoris isn't just sensitive at its external tip, but along the internal structures, which means that different forms of touch and pressure can trigger different responses, adding variety to sexual pleasure. In fact, when you learn how to properly stimulate the clitoris, you'll discover that it's not about just touching one specific part. It's about understanding how the entire area responds to different types of pressure. Movement and rhythms, gentle caresses, light flicks, or firmer strokes. Each brings something unique to the table. Many women, in fact, find that when the clitoris is stimulated in combination with other areas, like the vulva, the lyre, or the G-spot, the experience can be even more intense. Learning to blend touches in these sensitive areas can lead to heightened pleasure for your partner, creating a symphony of sensations that encourages deeper intimacy. Now let's talk about communication and how vital it is to the whole process. Open communication isn't just about asking your partner how they're feeling, though that's certainly important. It's about creating an environment where she feels safe to express what she likes and doesn't like. In many relationships, we assume that our partner knows exactly what feels good, but the truth is that everyone's body is different. By guiding each other through this exploration of pleasure, you'll be able to discover new techniques, rhythms, and pressures that can elevate your experience. A powerful tool in mastering clitoral stimulation is learning the right way to use your hands, mouth, and even toys to bring out the best pleasure response. Oral pleasure, for example, is an incredibly intimate way to enhance your partner's sexual experience. Many women prefer oral sex because it provides a level of closeness and attention that feels personal and deeply satisfying. One effective technique is to gently place your tongue on the clitoris and begin by caressing it in circular motions as you begin. Try to vary the speed and pressure slower. More deliberate motions can build tension and anticipation, while faster, firmer strokes can bring your partner closer to climax. Another tip is to combine oral stimulation with gentle sucking. A light but firm suction on can trigger waves of pleasure that deepen with each motion to add to this blowing. A soft breath over the clitoris can heighten sensitivity and make her feel more connected to the sensations you're creating. It's important to pay attention to her reactions. Does she pull back when you change the rhythm or pressure, or does she lean into it? Encouraging you to continue, let her guide you when performing oral sex. One great technique is to position your partner's hands or gently guide them to place their hand on their own, mons pubis, the area above the clitoris. This subtle pressure adds a secondary layer of sensation and often creates an even deeper experience for both partners. The mons pubis is another sensitive area where gentle touch can bring incredible satisfaction by guiding your partner's hand to apply gentle pressure. you'll be stimulating the area near her clitoris and creating a more intense full body response. But let's not overlook the power of manual stimulation, using your fingers to gently explore her body, and clitoris can also bring incredible results. Start with soft caresses and use your fingers to trace circles around her clitoris, gradually increasing the pressure as you move along. Some women enjoy a firmer touch, while others prefer something lighter. The key here is to be present. Listen to her cues and respond accordingly. And remember, it's not just about reaching an orgasm. It's about creating an experience that feels intimate, loving and pleasurable from start to finish. Another great technique for both partners involves experimenting with the addition of toys. If you're looking to spice things up and add a new dimension to your sexual exploration, there are numerous toys designed specifically for clitoral stimulation. Emulation vibrators, for example, are often used to create a gentle or more intense buzzing sensation that can make all the difference in reaching orgasm. The key to integrating toys into your intimacy is to use them as a tool for connection, not as a replacement for physical touch. It's about combining the best of both worlds. Your own hands, your mouth, and the vibrations from a toy to build an experience that is multisensory and deeply satisfying as we continue this journey of sexual discovery. It's important to remember that foreplay doesn't start and end in the bedroom. True intimacy can begin much earlier through playful exchanges, sweet touches, and loving words that lay the foundation for deeper connection. Kissing, for instance, is an incredibly underrated form of foreplay. A tender kiss can ignite desire, set the mood, and connect you with your partner on a much deeper emotional level before even touching any more intimate areas of the body. Don't underestimate the power of these moments. It's often the simple gestures that lead to the most fulfilling experiences. Remember, every woman is different, and the key to great sex and deep connection lies in being attentive to your partner's needs. Explore her body with curiosity, sensitivity, and respect, and let her guide you as you work together to unlock the full potential of pleasure. Stay tuned for the next part, where we'll delve even deeper into the techniques that can transform your sexual relationship and open the door to new levels of intimacy. As you explore the world of clitoral stimulation, it's important to remember that timing and patience are key. One common mistake many people make when trying to pleasure their partner is rushing to reach the ultimate goal, orgasm. However, true intimacy is not just about reaching an endpoint. It's about creating a journey of pleasure where both partners feel deeply connected and present in the moment. In fact, many women find that they experience their most intense orgasms when they've had the time to slow down and truly feel every touch, every sensation, every movement by focusing on gradual arousal. You allow your partner to build tension and excitement, eventually reaching a point where the orgasm is not only satisfying, but euphoric. Now let's dive deeper into the anatomy of the clitoris itself and why it's such a powerful organ for sexual pleasure. The clitoris is an incredible structure that is often underestimated or misunderstood, as mentioned earlier. Its external part, the glans, is just the tip of the iceberg beneath the surface. The clitoris has a vast network of nerve endings that extend throughout the entire pelvic region. These nerve endings are sensitive to touch, heat, and even breath, making it possible to experience a wide range of sensations depending on how you stimulate it. The clitoris, being the only organ in the human body entirely dedicated to pleasure, is a marvel of sexual design, and it deserves to be explored with care and intention. One of the most effective ways to stimulate the clitoris is by using both direct and indirect touches. Direct touch involves applying pressure directly to the glans, while indirect touch can be achieved by gently massaging the area around the clitoris, such as the labia or the mons pubis. Many women find that this combination of direct and indirect stimulation helps to heighten the pleasure and leads to more intense orgasms. when you begin exploring your partner's clitoris. It's important to remember that gentleness is often more effective than force. Start with a light touch using the tips of your fingers or tongue, and then gradually increase pressure as you learn what works best for her. It's easy to assume that the harder or faster you go, the better the experience will be, but this is often not the case. In fact, many women find that too much pressure too soon can be overwhelming or even uncomfortable. It's all about finding the right rhythm and adjusting based on her feedback. Some women enjoy a softer touch that mimics the rhythm of a heartbeat, while others prefer something more deliberate and firm. The key is to remain attuned to her body, watching for subtle cues and listening to her verbal and non-verbal feedback. This level of attention will not only enhance her experience, but will also help you both feel more connected during intimate moments. Another tip to keep in mind is the importance of variety in your approach. The clitoris, being so sensitive, can respond differently depending on the type of stimulation. Mixing up the techniques can help keep the experience exciting and prevent it from becoming monotonous. For example, you might try alternating between light feathery strokes with your fingers or tongue and firmer, more deliberate movements. You can also experiment with different speeds. Slower, more deliberate movements might build up anticipation, while faster movements can increase the intensity as she nears climax. The addition of breathing techniques can also enhance the experience as you stimulate her. Try gently blowing air over the clitoris or alternating between sucking and licking. The change in sensation from a moist, warm tongue to a cool breath can create an exhilarating contrast that heightens sensitivity and anticipation. One technique that many women enjoy is clitoral and vaginal stimulation, together either simultaneously or alternately. While the clitoris remains the primary focus for many women when it comes to orgasm, vaginal penetration can add an entirely new layer of pleasure for those who enjoy a combination of both having your partner's finger or toy inside while you focus on stimulating the clitoris can create a powerful and deeply satisfying experience. The G-spot located inside the vagina, about 2 to 3 inches along the front wall, is another highly sensitive area that responds well to stimulation. Experimenting with different angles of penetration, combined with clitoral stimulation, can unlock new pathways to pleasure and create a more intense, full-body experience. The key is to experiment together, trying different angles, speeds and rhythms, while always checking in with each other about what feels best. Another technique to enhance female pleasure is incorporating the use of vibrators or other forms of sexual aids. Vibrators are a fantastic tool for clitoral stimulation, especially for women who enjoy consistent, steady pressure when used alongside oral sex or manual stimulation. Vibrators can intensify the sensation and bring her to orgasm more quickly. But remember, it's essential that both partners are involved in the process. Toys are just tools to enhance the experience, not replace the intimate connection between. You use them as a way to deepen your bond by exploring new sensations together. For instance, if you're using a vibrator, make sure your partner is still actively engaged in the experience, whether that's by kissing, caressing, or simply being present in the moment when discussing female pleasure. It's essential not to forget about the emotional aspect of intimacy. Sex isn't just about physical sensations, it's about connection. The emotional bond you share with your partner plays a massive role in how pleasurable the experience is. Women in particular often find that their sexual enjoyment is inextricably linked to emotional closeness and trust. Creating a safe space where your partner feels loved, respected, and understood will go a long way in enhancing her pleasure touch kisses. Words of affirmation. All of these can enhance physical pleasure by making your partner feel cared for and wanted. When she feels emotionally safe, her body is more likely to respond positively to physical touch. It's also worth mentioning that self-pleasure can be an incredibly enriching experience for women, allowing them to understand their bodies more deeply and discover what brings them the most joy. If your partner is comfortable with it, encourage her to explore her body on her own. Masturbation allows a woman to explore different techniques, pressures, and rhythms without any distractions, giving her the tools to better communicate her needs in the bedroom. Many women also find that watching themselves in a mirror while exploring their own bodies helps them become more in tune with their desires and responses. This act of self-discovery can empower her and make sexual encounters more satisfying. For both of you, the ultimate goal here is to foster a deeper, more intimate connection through shared experiences of pleasure. It's not about any one technique or method, but rather about being open to exploring your partner's body with love, care, and curiosity as we continue on this journey of sexual discovery. Keep in mind that every touch, every kiss, every movement can bring you closer to a deeper connection, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Stay tuned for the next part where we'll dive into more techniques and offer valuable tips on how to keep intimacy fresh, exciting, and full of connection as we move forward in our journey to explore the intricacies of female pleasure and intimacy. It's important to recognize that variety, communication, and patience are the true keys to a fulfilling sexual relationship. Sexuality isn't a one-size-fits-all experience. It's a deeply personal journey where exploration, learning, and adapting are all part of the process. So far, we've delved into the profound world of clitoral stimulation learning, about its vast network of sensitive areas and the diverse ways it can be engaged. But as we now explore the final phase of this discussion, we'll take a step back and reflect on how to keep things exciting, engaging, and fulfilling over time. This isn't just about knowing the right techniques. It's about creating an ongoing, evolving intimacy that strengthens your connection and deepens your pleasure together. One of the most significant aspects of sexual fulfillment lies in the emotional connection between partners. Without this bond, even the most technically skilled touch can fall short of creating a truly satisfying experience. This is why open dialogue, emotional closeness, and mutual respect play such an essential role in the sexual landscape as you continue to explore your partner's body and discover new techniques. Remember that these moments are an opportunity to connect not only on a physical level, but on a deeply emotional and intimate one as well. Creating an environment of emotional safety and trust is the foundation on which all other techniques build. And this foundation is necessary to create an authentic and long-lasting connection that transcends the physical act of sex. Emotional intimacy strengthens the bond between partners and opens the door to a broader, richer experience of physical pleasure in the course of your sexual journey. It's also crucial to acknowledge the importance of variety, both in technique and in the way you approach intimacy. Routine can easily creep into sexual relationships, which often leads to a sense of complacency or disconnection to keep things fresh and exciting. Don't be afraid to try new things, whether it's exploring different forms of stimulation, trying new positions, or incorporating elements like erotic talk or new forms of touch variety can make a significant difference. Experimenting with new ways of connecting, whether that means bringing in toys roleplay or even different settings, can also enhance the experience you could try. Surprising your partner with a romantic evening or even something simple like a new sensual massage technique or a fresh exploration of each other's fantasies. The key is to remain flexible and open, embracing the opportunity to learn new things together rather than being rigid in your approach. At the same time, patience is essential in building long-term satisfaction. Sexual pleasure isn't always about reaching orgasm quickly or efficiently. True fulfillment lies in learning to appreciate the journey, not just the destination. If there's one thing that transcends all the technical aspects of pleasure, it's the act of slowing down, sometimes giving your partner the time, and space to savor every moment of touch and affection can bring a greater level of satisfaction than rushing to achieve an orgasm. This is especially true for women who often experience their most profound pleasure when they feel like they've had the time to relax, get comfortable and enjoy the sensations without feeling the pressure to reach a specific goal. Letting go of that pressure allows both of you to become more present, more attuned to the rhythm and nuances of each other's bodies. Another essential tip is to remember the role of exploration and self-awareness, as we've already mentioned. Learning your partner's body, whether through touch, conversation, or self-exploration, creates the foundation for a satisfying experience. But self-awareness doesn't just stop with your partner. It's also about understanding your own body, your desires, and your preferences. When both partners are in tune with themselves and each other, intimacy can become a deeply shared experience where both feel heard, seen, and valued, as women often discover taking the time to engage in self-pleasure or exploration of their own desires can help them communicate more openly about what they want, making their sexual experiences even more fulfilling with a partner. It's also crucial to highlight that self-exploration isn't just for women. Men should also take time to understand their own bodies, discover what feels good, and be open to experimenting with new forms of stimulation or pleasure. When both partners come to the table with a better understanding of their own bodies and what they enjoy, they can create a much richer and more satisfying experience together, while mastering the art of female pleasure is undoubtedly about the techniques we've discussed. The gentle circular motions on the clitoris, the tender yet assertive touch, the combination of vaginal and clitoral stimulation. It's also about embracing the connection between you and your partner. The true beauty of intimacy lies in the bond that's created during those moments. That bond is strengthened through ongoing communication, discovery, and affection. It's about learning not only how to touch your partner's body, but how to touch her heart, her soul, and to truly make her feel like she's the center of your universe during those moments of connection. When this emotional and physical connection is nurtured, pleasure becomes far more meaningful and far more fulfilling. By now, you should have a deeper understanding of the role of the clitoris in female pleasure and how you can use different techniques to enhance your partner's experience, from understanding the anatomy and sensitivity of the clitoris to mastering the art of oral, manual, and vibratory stimulation. You're now equipped with a wide array of tools to deepen your intimacy and build a more satisfying sexual connection. But the real secret to exceptional intimacy isn't just about having the right techniques. It's about creating a space where love, patience, communication, and exploration are at the heart of every intimate moment. By continuing to engage with your partner, learning from each experience, and always approaching intimacy with curiosity and respect, you'll unlock even deeper levels of pleasure and satisfaction for both of you. Don't forget, this journey is ongoing. There is no final destination when it comes to deepening your intimacy. It's about continuing to grow together, continually exploring each other's bodies, emotions, and desires, and building a connection that will last a lifetime. Thank you for taking this journey with us. We hope these insights have empowered you to approach intimacy in a new light and have inspired you to dive deeper into your connection with your partner. We would love to hear what you've learned and how these tips have transformed your experiences. Feel free to share your thoughts, comments, and any feedback below. We invite you to subscribe, like, and share so we can continue bringing you valuable, enriching content that fosters deeper connections and enhances relationships. Keep exploring, keep growing, and most importantly, keep loving.